Erika Kirk has just been blindsided, and what was caught on camera might be the beginning of her ultimate downfall. In a moment so raw, so emotionally gut-wrenching, Erika, once seen as the picture-perfect conservative icon, breaks down in uncontrollable tears as disturbing new footage surfaces online. Footage that allegedly links her entire family to none other than Tyler Robinson, the man at the center of a swirling, dark controversy that could dismantle everything TPUSA has built. And let us be clear, this isn't some vague internet rumor. This is video footage leaked by a so-called former insider, and it has already sparked a wildfire across social media. Within hours, hashtags like hashtag Erika Exposed, hashtag Tyler Connection, and hashtag TPUSA Cover-Up started trending globally. People are asking, what was Erika hiding? Why is her family even mentioned in the same breath as Tyler Robinson? And most chilling of all, why does Erika look like she's seen a ghost when that footage plays? But here's the twist. It's not just Erika who's panicking. Charlie Kirk's team is scrambling. TPUSA board members are going radio silent, and someone close to Erika has just deactivated their Instagram with no explanation. What exactly is in this footage? Why is Erika Kirk breaking down now? And how deep does this scandal go? Grab your popcorn, because we're about to unravel a story so twisted, so emotionally chaotic, you'll need a moment to catch your breath. This isn't just another online meltdown. This is a full-blown political and personal reckoning. And it's only just beginning. Because what you're about to hear could destroy careers, crush families, and bring hidden truths roaring into the spotlight. Stay locked in. We're going all the way. You might have thought Erika Kirk had escaped the chaos. You might have believed that after all the scandals, controversies, and messy headlines swirling around Turning Point USA, she would finally get a moment to breathe. But no, because what just leaked changes everything. And to understand how we got to this moment, where Erika Kirk is literally falling apart on camera, you have to know where this all began. And trust me, it's darker, deeper, and far more calculated than anyone wants to admit. Let's rewind. Erika Kirk, the wife of political firebrand Charlie Kirk, has spent years crafting a public image that's so tightly controlled, so meticulously polished, that any blemish, any crack in the facade, immediately sets off alarm bells. She's branded herself as the ideal conservative woman, God-fearing, patriotic, family-oriented, and above all, scandal-free. But behind the Instagram quotes and podcast interviews, whispers have always lingered. Whispers about who's really pulling the strings behind the scenes. Whispers about money, manipulation, and relationships that don't align with the carefully curated narrative. And most damning of all, rumors of a secret alliance between the Kirks and a man that would horrify their entire base if the truth ever came out: Tyler Robinson. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with that name, buckle up. Tyler Robinson is no ordinary political operative. He's not some backroom strategist with a fancy title. No, Tyler has been quietly linked to some of the most mysterious, controversial, and morally questionable projects floating around conservative circles. Think off-the-books PACs, influencer blackmail schemes, even dark money reroutes that allegedly support competing interests. And the cherry on top? He's allegedly tied to secret recordings, intelligence-gathering operations, and former TPUSA insiders who were silenced when they got too close to the truth. So when footage recently emerged linking Erika Kirk's family, yes, her bloodline, to Tyler, it wasn't just another headline. It was an earthquake that tore through conservative media like wildfire. Now, here's where things get eerie. Long before this bombshell footage surfaced, there were signs, little breadcrumbs that at the time were dismissed as noise. For example, a now-deleted podcast episode from 3 years ago featured Erika's cousin, a man barely known to the public, mentioning a family friend named Ty, who handled things when the media got too aggressive. At the time, nobody paid attention. But fast forward to now, that throwaway line is being analyzed like evidence in a criminal trial. Then there's the issue of Erika's mysterious family foundation, the one that never quite disclosed its donor list. Financial analysts started digging. And guess what name popped up on a private ledger, leaked through an anonymous account just 2 weeks ago? TR Consulting LLC, a shell company that, according to multiple whistleblowers, is directly tied to Tyler Robinson's hidden network. It gets worse. Erika's own social media activity, scrubbed clean in the past 48 hours, reveals she once liked and commented on a post from a TyRob 1986 account. That same account, it just got suspended by Twitter after being flagged for mass disinformation targeting former TPUSA staffers. So why did Erika interact with it? Why did her family work with his shell companies? And most importantly, what does this have to do with the video footage that's now breaking the internet? Because here's what's really setting people off. This isn't just guilt by association. This is a potential years-long cover-up that could implicate Erika, her family, and possibly even Charlie Kirk in a coordinated effort to hide their connections to one of the most dangerous names in conservative politics. And while Charlie has stayed eerily silent on the matter, Erika hasn't. Her most recent Instagram story, posted just minutes before she deactivated her entire account, shows her in tears, pacing back and forth in what appears to be a dimly lit guest room. Her voice, trembling, says just 5 haunting words. I didn't know it was him. Who was she talking about? Every sign points to Tyler, because the footage we're talking about wasn't just any leaked clip. It was a home security camera video, apparently recorded at a private Kirk family event. The setting? A secluded retreat in Arizona, one that was reportedly never publicized, never photographed, and never meant to be known to the public. But in that footage, grainy, time-stamped, and watermarked by an anonymous source, you can clearly see a man with a shaved head and signature red bracelet, sipping wine at a table with Erika's aunt, uncle, and 2 cousins. Facial recognition analysts and Reddit sleuths immediately clocked it. That man is allegedly Tyler Robinson. And if true, it means Erika's family didn't just know him, they welcomed him. And if you're thinking Erika's breakdown was spontaneous, think again. Sources close to the situation say Erika received a text just seconds before her emotional meltdown. That text, it allegedly contained a screenshot of the footage, followed by a single sentence. You can't outrun the past. Now the question becomes, was Erika complicit, or was she played by her own family? Even more explosive, what did Charlie know and when? Because multiple reports claim that internal TPUSA communications have been mysteriously wiped in the past 48 hours. And just yesterday, a junior staffer claimed on a locked account that they're trying to erase everything with Tyler's name on it. This might not be a coincidence. This might be the beginning of a full-scale takedown. And yet, somehow, we still haven't hit the real twist. Because behind all the media chaos, Erika's inner circle is turning on her. Friends are unfollowing. Collaborators are distancing themselves. And one particularly bold former co-host went on TikTok Live saying she knew. She knew exactly who he was. I warned her. She ignored me. So now, we're left with a chilling question. Was Erika really a victim in this? Or was she protecting someone this whole time? Because if this is what's already come to light, what else is still buried? And just wait until you hear who else might be involved. The clock was ticking, and Erika Kirk didn't even know it. While she posed for social media in her pristine, neutral-toned home office, recording yet another episode of her faith-based podcast, an unseen time bomb was already set, and the detonation came in the form of a leak so damaging, it not only cracked her public image, it shattered it into dust. Because when the footage hit the internet, it wasn't posted by just any anonymous troll. It came from a verified burner account, followed by multiple insiders, and tagged directly to Turning Point USA's official handles. And this wasn't some grainy, unrecognizable clip. This was clear, chilling, and undeniably real. A video showing Tyler Robinson hugging Erika's father at what appeared to be a family brunch inside Erika's childhood home. You heard that right. Tyler Robinson, the alleged mastermind behind political manipulation, blackmail strategies, and backdoor deals that have already taken down small influencers and smeared internal TPUSA whistleblowers. That Tyler Robinson was captured exchanging gifts, literal gifts, with Erika's father, laughing, joking, and whispering closely like two men with deep history. And Erika? She was in the background, smiling. The internet didn't just explode, it imploded. Comment sections turned into war zones. Reddit threads spiraled into madness. TikTok users began posting deep dives, syncing past podcast episodes with the timeline of this new footage. People started pointing out a bizarre coincidence. Erika had gone quiet exactly 3 days after the date shown on the timestamp. What happened in those 72 hours? Why did Erika delete nearly 40 old posts that mentioned her father? Why did Tyler's known LLCs start dissolving just weeks after that family brunch? And just when it couldn't get worse, a second clip leaked. This time, it was a screen recording from a Zoom call. One TPUSA insider's claim was part of a confidential donor strategy meeting. The attendees, Charlie Kirk, Erika Kirk, 3 unnamed board members, and a blurred-out man who was marked guest consultant in the lower left corner. Voice analysis experts on Twitter started matching the voice of that man to Tyler Robinson. His words? If anything leaks, deny, delay, destroy. Erika knows the drill. Let that sink in. If anything leaks, Erika knows the drill. That's when everything flipped. Suddenly, Erika wasn't just a grieving daughter or an unaware wife caught in political crossfire. She became a possible architect of a cover-up. So disturbing, the very people who used to defend her online started demanding answers. What drill does Erika know? How long has this been going on? What else has she hidden from us? Even Erika's most loyal fan pages began shutting down or switching sides. The Instagram account at Godly Erika Updates, which used to post inspirational quotes from her podcast, posted a black square with the caption, "We supported her. She betrayed all of us." But hold on, it gets even darker, because this wasn't just about public image anymore. This was about money, about political manipulation, about the alleged infiltration of a conservative power machine from within. The kind of stuff that turns allies into enemies real fast. According to one whistleblower, Erika's family was laundering PR strategy money through shell nonprofits, allegedly tied to Tyler Robinson's media consulting ventures. That same insider released partial documents, scrubbed, redacted, but still damning, that showed monthly deposits marked as reputation management paid out 2 weeks after each of Erika's major scandals from the past year. The implication? Every time Erika got herself in hot water, from the DNA test incident to the so-called pregnancy PR debacle, Tyler was the one cleaning it up behind the scenes. And suddenly, that chilling quote from the Zoom leak, "Erika knows the drill," made perfect, terrifying sense. But here's where it all spiraled into chaos. Charlie Kirk, who had remained stone silent up until now, finally spoke. But not through a tweet, not through a press release. He stormed out of a private donor dinner in D.C. Multiple attendees confirmed that the moment someone mentioned the name Tyler, Charlie slammed his glass on the table, shouted, "You don't know what you're talking about," and walked out, leaving stunned donors and staffers in total silence. One attendee was overheard saying, "If Charlie's reacting like that, it's way worse than we thought." "But Erika," she finally snapped. In a now-deleted voice note leaked to a gossip blog, Erika's voice is heard, shaky, frantic, emotional. "They told me it wouldn't come out. They promised. I never wanted this. I didn't know what he really did. I thought he was just helping with optics." So, now we're left with a critical question. Was Erika a willing accomplice or a naive puppet? Either way, the damage was done. But the most devastating revelation hadn't even surfaced yet. Because hidden within that second Zoom clip, yes, the same one where Erika knows the drill was whispered, there was a background voice, faint, barely audible, but a TikTok creator ran it through audio enhancement, and what they found was horrifying. A woman's voice, believed to be Erika's, says, "If this ever gets out, we're finished." He said they'd bury it. Bury what? And here comes the twist. The footage didn't just show a connection between Erika's family and Tyler. It showed a direct link between Tyler and TPUSA donor fraud. That's right. A new document leaked late that night, posted on an encrypted forum, allegedly reveals that Tyler Robinson was acting as a middleman between TPUSA's internal PAC and a series of mysterious donors located in Eastern Europe. The document includes wire transfer screenshots, donor names redacted, but company addresses traceable. And guess who signed off on the consulting fees? Erika Kirk. Her actual signature. Her full name. That's when the internet collapsed. TPUSA's own subreddit locked down. Multiple accounts tied to Erika's digital team started vanishing. And a former intern even leaked a message from Slack that simply read, "Operation Whiteout has begun. Wipe all comms related to Tyler." Operation Whiteout. It's sounding less like a PR crisis and more like a full-scale scandal cleanup. And now, lawmakers are starting to take notice. Some political watchdog groups are filing complaints. Former allies of the Kirks are being subpoenaed for their correspondence. One Senate aide even commented anonymously, "If half of this turns out to be true, it's not just a scandal, it's treasonous manipulation of donor funds." The DOJ won't stay quiet for long. So what does this all mean for Erika? It means the meltdown we saw on her Instagram story, the tears, the pacing, the haunting whisper of, "I didn't know it was him," wasn't about regret. It was about real fear. Fear of what's coming. Fear of what's already too far gone to fix. And with every new twist, one thing becomes more terrifyingly clear. The Erika Kirk we thought we knew may have never existed at all. Just when it felt like the situation couldn't get more explosive, the internet lit up like wildfire again. Only this time, it wasn't a leaked video, it wasn't a financial document, and it wasn't even Erika's haunting Instagram meltdown. It was something far worse. an entire Twitter thread, supposedly from a former TPUSA employee, dropped at 2:13 a.m. And it didn't just expose Erika and Tyler's hidden connection. It named names. It dropped dates. It referenced receipts. And then it dropped a screenshot. So devastating, so calculated, it threw every corner of conservative media into pure digital panic. "This is bigger than Erika," the thread began. "This is bigger than Tyler. This is a story of betrayal, silence, and weaponized loyalty inside the walls of TPUSA." And then came the reveal. Attached was an internal memo, dated 11 months ago, allegedly sent from Erika's private email account, addressed directly to Tyler Robinson. The subject line? "For Consolidated Control Strategy. Project Aiden." You read that right. Project Eden. According to the anonymous whistleblower, Project Eden was the code name for a covert plan to silence internal dissent, restructure influence, and shield high-profile members of TPUSA from backlash during upcoming election cycles. And Erika, she wasn't just in the email chain. She was leading it. The memo read, "Tyler, let's move forward with your recommendation to handle the board resistance quietly. If we can keep messaging aligned and repackage the values platform, we'll survive the storm. As for Charlie, he can't know the extent. I'll handle that. He can't know the extent." That one sentence detonated like a nuclear bomb across the internet because it implied something far more disturbing than anyone had predicted. See, Erika Kirk, America's sweetheart of conservative femininity, had allegedly orchestrated a secret messaging operation behind her husband's back, working with one of the most infamous backdoor strategists in conservative politics. And it wasn't just damage control. It was ideological manipulation, custom-made for public consumption. But buckle up, because the fallout wasn't limited to digital chaos. The scandal had officially jumped into the real world. Within hours of that thread going viral, Fox News producers were scrambling. Erika's pre-scheduled interview on a major morning segment was pulled without explanation. A senior executive at the network allegedly texted a political correspondent, "We can't touch this until it cools. Way too hot. Possible legal entanglement." Meanwhile, Ben Shapiro's Daily Wire cut ties with Erika's podcast sponsor partnership, scrubbing her mentions from their website like she never existed. And rumors started swirling that one of TPUSA's core sponsors had backed out of a multi-million-dollar event deal connected to Erika's Faith Summit. But the real dagger? It came from inside TPUSA itself. Because a private voice note leaked, featuring a furious Charlie Kirk yelling at someone on speakerphone. The audio, posted anonymously on SoundCloud, features him screaming, "I told her to stay away from Tyler. We're done if this spreads. I can't cover for her anymore." The voice on the other end tries to calm him down, but Charlie doesn't let up. "Do you know what's in those emails? Do you know what they'll do to this movement if this gets verified?" And that's when the panic officially turned into a full-on industry rebellion. Conservative influencers, once loyal to the Kirk family, started speaking out. People like Allie Beth Stuckey, who had appeared alongside Erika in multiple faith-based events, posted a cryptic tweet, "When the veil lifts, don't be shocked. Some of us have been biting our tongues for too long." Meanwhile, Candace Owens, never one to stay silent during a media firestorm, retweeted the thread with a single bombshell word, "Confirmed." That was it. One word from Candace, and the floodgates broke wide open. Red State, Breitbart, even Newsmax started publishing speculative reports, citing unnamed insiders and pending investigations. One anonymous editor at a major conservative outlet posted on Reddit, "Off the record, they're burning the ship from the inside." Erika's not the only one who's compromised, but she's the first to go down. And if that wasn't enough, a third video leaked. Only this time, it wasn't Erika. It wasn't Tyler. It was an emergency boardroom meeting, secretly recorded and leaked by someone sitting inside. The video shows Erika in a blazer, hair pulled back, visibly shaken. Her voice cracks as she says, "I didn't want to be the one to say this, but I can't lie anymore. Yes, I signed the Eden documents. Yes, I spoke to Tyler, but I didn't know how far he'd go. He told me it was about preserving the brand, about controlling the chaos." One board member fires back. "He told you to cut out people's voices. He told you to purge the base. Do you have any idea what you've done?" And Erika, she bursts into tears and through sobs utters, "It wasn't supposed to be like this. He promised they'd never trace it back to me." Now let that sink in. Erika's own words, on camera, admitting her involvement, her knowledge, and her fear of being exposed. And what's worse, this footage wasn't leaked by enemies. It was leaked by someone inside her own camp. This wasn't just betrayal, it was mutiny. And the public? They were watching this in real time, reacting with fury, disbelief, and a hunger for more. Trending hashtags that took over social media: hashtag ErikaGate, hashtag Project Eden, hashtag Kirk Conspiracy, hashtag Faith Fraud, hashtag Tyler Takedown. But the real sting came when actual celebrities began weighing in. Tucker Carlson, during a podcast with a cryptic smirk, said, "Let's just say, you never really know who's behind the curtain, especially the ones who scream transparency the loudest." Candace Owens went live on Instagram, visibly angry. "Erika's not a victim. She's a manipulator in pearls. I warned her. I told her this Tyler guy wasn't who he claimed. But she was too obsessed with influence. Now look where that obsession got her." And perhaps the most gut-wrenching reaction? A comment from Erika's own cousin under a viral post discussing the Project Eden memo. You think you know someone, but behind the scenes? Erika was never who she claimed to be. Family or not, I won't stay silent anymore. The internet is now spiraling with theories. Was Erika the true mastermind behind TPUSA's internal messaging war? Was Tyler Robinson just a pawn or a hired gun? Did Charlie Kirk really not know? Or was he playing dumb to save his own skin? And most chilling of all, if Erika admitted on camera to Project Eden, what else hasn't surfaced yet? Because according to one final message in the whistleblower's thread, the footage is just the beginning. The documents, only phase 1. There's still one email chain left. And when it drops, everything changes. The moment Erika's breakdown footage hit the web, a digital tidal wave erupted. But once the Project Eden memo, the leaked Zoom call, and the boardroom video started circulating, what began as a scandal turned into a civil war. Public reaction didn't just explode. It fractured into chaos. Twitter became a war zone. Verified users, influencers, conservative leaders, and everyday fans alike began tearing into each other. Some claimed Erika was being targeted in a coordinated takedown by rival factions. Others were convinced she was the puppet master all along. One user posted, "You really think Erika didn't know? She's been fake crying in pearls since day one. This is her mask slipping." Another fired back, "She made one mistake trusting the wrong man. Now y'all want to crucify her like she planned all this? Y'all are sick." Hashtag Team Erika and hashtag Erika Exposed started trending at the same time, with comment sections devolving into all-out brawls. But this wasn't limited to Twitter. And TikTok became ground zero for conspiracy theory deep dives. Creators were breaking down Erika's old speeches, frame by frame, hunting for clues. One viral video titled, "Erika Kirk's Body Language Was Screaming Guilty Since 2022," racked up 12.7 million views in 24 hours, showing slowed footage of Erika avoiding eye contact during a panel about truth in media. Another creator posted side-by-side footage of Erika and Tyler attending the same gala event 6 years ago, overlaying ominous music while circling them in red. They've been in the same room. You really think this was a coincidence? Commenters flooded the post. "She's been playing us. The facade is crumbling in real time. She's not crying for us. She's crying because she got caught." And YouTube? That's where the bomb detonated in full force. Major creators with millions of subscribers started uploading expose after expose. A channel titled Truth Canon released a 45-minute breakdown titled "The Erika Kirk Files: From Christian Darling to Power Manipulator," which hit 4.2 million views in a single day. In that video, they claimed, she branded herself as the perfect wife and mother, all while coordinating with a man known for destroying reputations and rerouting millions. And now that it's all unraveling, she's crying into a camera instead of giving us answers. Comments were brutal. "She didn't break down. She broke character. Charlie better lawyer up. This is just getting started." The way she said, "I'll handle it," in that email, that was a villain origin moment. Even Erika's own podcast community turned on her. Spotify reviews for her show plummeted, all with 1-star ratings flooding in. Listeners who once praised her spiritual messages were now accusing her of using religion as a shield to deflect from corruption. One devastating review read, "She preached purity, modesty, and transparency while covering up donor fraud and backdoor deals? Nah, I'm done. And God sees everything, Erika." Meanwhile, right-wing media outlets were collapsing under the pressure. Turning Point USA's own digital base began melting down. Their comment sections were filled with thousands of furious fans demanding Erika's resignation, Charlie's apology, and full transparency about Project Eden. One viral petition demanding Erika be removed from all TPU SA-affiliated programs crossed 500,000 signatures in 48 hours. Even rival organizations began taking shots. A spokesperson for PragerU was quoted in a leaked email saying, "We've removed Erika's promo spots from circulation until further notice. It's a mess." But perhaps the most unexpected and devastating reaction came from within the Christian influencer space. A prominent female author and conference speaker who once toured with Erika took to YouTube and sobbed through a 25-minute video titled, "I Can't Be Silent About Erika Kirk Anymore." In it, she said, "She lied to me. She told me Tyler was just a consultant helping with the brand. She never told me about the shadow messaging ops. I defended her, and now I feel used." That clip alone gathered over 600,000 views. And within hours, dozens more ex-friends of Erika videos started surfacing. And while the public continued to rage, the celebrity response added gasoline to the inferno. And Candace Owens, now completely against Erika, went on X, formerly Twitter, and posted, "What's worse than deception? Watching someone use God's name to justify it." Lauren Boebert, who once attended Erika's Faith Summit, unfollowed both Erika and Charlie. Fans noticed immediately, and within minutes, Boebert unfollows Kirk, trended at number 4 globally. And then Donald Trump Jr. posted a meme, a gif of Erika's infamous crying clip with the caption, "When the receipts hit harder than the sermons, #Project Eden." That single post sent shockwaves. Because if Trump world was turning on the Kirks, the fallout would be uncontainable. And yet, the Kirk camp still tried to spin it. An unnamed PR team released a soft statement through an evangelical news blog, claiming Erika was emotionally overwhelmed and manipulated by a malicious actor she thought she could trust. That malicious actor, of course, was Tyler Robinson, but fans weren't buying it. A top comment under the article simply read, "She's not the victim, she's the architect." And now, the court of public opinion has ruled her guilty. TikTok creators are planning a digital Eden Day, where everyone floods Erika's old content with truth emojis and exposed clips. Reddit is building a full timeline of Erika's known public appearances, trying to align each one with behind-the-scenes manipulation. Christian radio networks are reviewing whether to pull her programs altogether. And inside TPUSA, sources say major donors are quietly freezing contributions, demanding answers before continuing to fund events. One insider said, "Erika's name is now poison. Every brand she built is bleeding out." Just when it felt like the internet had seen the worst of it, just when the footage, the emails, the explosive Project Eden memo, and Erika's teary breakdown seemed to be the end of the story, a new leak surfaced. And this time, it wasn't footage. It wasn't a tweet. It wasn't a whistleblower's thread. It was a voice message, one so raw, so incriminating, and so deeply personal that it didn't just reignite the firestorm, it redefined everything. The file, simply titled edenfinal.wav, was posted anonymously on a drop server used by political researchers. It spread like wildfire within minutes. And what it contained? It wasn't meant for public ears. In the crackling, breathless audio clip, Erika is heard in a private phone conversation, crying, whispering frantically to someone who remains unidentified. But her words? They shook everyone. He said if I didn't go along with it, he'd release everything. The fake pregnancy, the donor switches, the offshore account. He had proof, screenshots, emails, everything. I didn't have a choice. Let that sink in. In her own words, Erika confirms what fans had long speculated, that not only was she in on the scandal, but that she had been blackmailed into staying silent. And the one pulling the strings? Tyler Robinson. According to Erika, Tyler had access to sensitive information, a fabricated pregnancy announcement that Erika allegedly used during a TPUSA women's campaign, donation reroutes that allegedly funneled funds through nonprofit loopholes. And worst of all, an offshore account that she feared would expose her family's financial secrets if ever traced. But that wasn't even the real twist, because in the last few seconds of the clip, Erika's voice goes cold. No more crying, no more panic, just one sentence, almost like a warning. They think Charlie doesn't know. They're wrong. And that one line flipped everything upside down. Because up until now, Charlie Kirk had been portrayed as either a betrayed husband or a clueless figurehead. But this line, delivered in Erika's own voice, suggests he knew all along. Cue social media going into absolute meltdown again. New trending hashtags exploded. Hashtag Charlie knew. Hashtag cover up Kirk. Hashtag faith collapse. Hashtag Eden isn't over Twitter. X. Users flooded the timeline. Wait. Charlie knew? This ain't just Erika's mess anymore. It's both of them. He threw her under the bus while pretending to be innocent. That's next-level manipulation. This just went from a scandal to a full-on dynasty collapse. News outlets that had hesitated to report on Charlie suddenly pounced. Rolling Stone published a midnight op-ed titled, "Charlie Kirk's Empire is Burning," and his wife just lit the match. And more terrifying, a leaked legal memo was posted just hours later, allegedly from an independent legal team working with TPUSA donors. The document listed potential violations under FEC law, including deliberate misreporting of donations, use of nonprofit entities for personal gain, concealment of foreign influence funds. And guess whose names were both listed in bold? Erika Kirk, Charlie Kirk. As of now, attorneys representing multiple former TPUSA staffers have begun calling for federal investigations, while watchdog groups are demanding a subpoena of Erika and Charlie's private communications. But here's the final twist that no one saw coming. Tyler Robinson is missing. According to investigative threads, Tyler hasn't been seen publicly since the leak of the boardroom footage. His last known location? A private compound in Romania. Yes, Romania, the same country connected to TPUSA's controversial foreign donor rumors. Private jets were tracked, bank accounts were suddenly closed. Digital signatures on his encrypted messaging accounts have gone silent. Some are even suggesting that Tyler might be on the run, or worse, hiding out to avoid extradition. And now, everything is hanging by a thread. Erika's breakdown wasn't just from guilt. It was from fear. Fear that the whole empire she helped build is crumbling. Fear that Tyler might leak even more. And fear that the people they used to control are now coming for blood. So the question is, what other lies are still buried? Who else inside TPUSA knew about Project Eden? And where is Tyler Robinson hiding? Because if what Erika said in that voice note is true, and if Charlie knew all along, then the next drop, the final drop, could destroy everything they've ever built, and it's coming. So now you've seen it all, or at least what's come to light so far. From secret emails to shocking footage, from weaponized manipulation to whispered threats of blackmail and offshore secrets. The Erika Kirk and Tyler Robinson scandal is no longer just a headline. It's a reckoning. But the questions swirling around this storm aren't just explosive. They're terrifying. Did Erika mastermind the deception? Or was she manipulated from the very start? Was Project Eden about protecting TPUSA or controlling it from the inside? And perhaps most shocking of all, what if Charlie Kirk knew everything? This story has ripped the mask off one of the most polished political couples in modern conservative America, and the fallout is just beginning. Tyler Robinson has vanished. Erika is spiraling. And now, multiple insiders are warning a final drop is coming. So what do you think? Drop your theories in the comments below. Was Erika really a victim or a calculating operator? Is Charlie in on it? Or is he being set up? And what do you think Tyler still has up his sleeve? Don't forget to like this video if you're just as shocked as we are. And if you're new here, hit subscribe and turn on those notifications, because the next chapter in this story could break at any moment. And here's a question for the real detectives in the audience. Do you think Erika's fake pregnancy scandal was a distraction from something even bigger? What were they trying to bury? We're watching this story 24/7, and when the next twist hits, you better believe we'll be here to break it all down, minute by minute. Because one thing's for sure, this isn't the end. It's only just beginning.